4 or 5 items deep, be somewhat unkillable, right? But it's, can Team Blink be so chaotic in nature, so aggressively thinking, that doesn't really allow KZ to come online? But yeah, this is, I kind of prefer KZ's lineup. I've seen a lot of PL games, just it looks kind of cool for the PL at least if you get items, but you never get them. Can KZ replicate game 2? I want to know.
Well, I mean,
is
there the chance, like, for Overkill, obviously, with as tough as a start that he had as his morph in game 2, on the PL, are things easier for him, or is this also a situation where they might be able to crush him as hard as they did in that second game?
Honestly, kind of expect it to be maybe not crushing, but
yeah,
it's a Tide Hunter lane. He's gonna pretty much free farming it, right?
Tight little guy.
You don't ever see PL shoving a Tide out of lane, right? It's more when does Tide get so annoying that PL wants to jungle just to maximize farm. I think this PL, he should be concerned about the lane, but he's gonna get annoyed. There's also scenarios where Tide Hunters, look at this, look at this. I would say Tide Hunters sometimes go 2 mangoes, sometimes 3, and they get gush level 1. If the PL steps up without Doppelganger, you gush, you bushwhack, you flick even Acorn shot instead, and the PL's half HP. So yeah, KZ, they're looking to enter this lane to shut down this PL, to prevent him coming online. And then, like we already mentioned, if the draft shuts down the DP, Blink's quirky draft never really could get online before all of KZ buy team items to get this very cohesive 5-man lineup they've built online. So, again, Blink's entire game is now based on the next 6 minutes of the game. If the 6 minutes go even or well, then we might have a game on our hand. Otherwise, KZ might just replicate game 2.
Let's see. That game 2 was a rough one from Blink. Everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen again here. Map break.
Radiant versus Dire. It all comes down to this.
How the mid goes, because last game GTI on the Tusk, yeah, he had a very good time.
Starting to feel a bit
Nice play.
Banging game, yeah. The GTI Tusk before though, against, and he was a little bit outpaced by the voice spirit of Noob. I think Bahar potentially, if he can kind of replicate Noob's performance and just have that kind of killer mentality, if the supports on Blink assist with the allow this void spirit just to spirit the game a bit. Void spirit, it is a pretty good game for him if you give up the stuns in it. There's not cheap stuns to keep him down, so Bahar can't have a pull. Oh, look at the damage of the PL!
We say no.
Yeah, that was quite
one,
the welcome to the lane there.
That was 1 Acorn shot, 1 gush, and a couple clips. They have no salves. They got nothing. Mirana Courier was only shipping out a sentry. Every time their spells are up, this PL is gonna hate playing this lane.
I mean, what do? You just got to be heavy on the regen that you're ferrying out to sort of deal with this harassment?
Yeah, so the Mirana needs to stop these hard camp pulls. Even Mirana might just be going down. It only has Starfall. She's just dead. She might get the kill.
Oh, he's got the fairy fire. He's going to be fine, and it will indeed be first blood for them.
Crazy amount of it, really.
For Mirana.
How come the Mirana ended up with level 1 Starstorm?
It's the go-to thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, you do that nowadays for harassment.
Yeah, you just play on the side near the lane, throw a couple Starfalls on the pod score, then you get arrow, kill off a hard big creep or a range creep. Then you get maybe 2-point Starfall lever, depending on how bad the game is. Like earlier, but yeah, this lane is. That Estimate just TP'd the top again. Oh, KZ are just replicating game 2 beautifully. This is
Sneaky's got a bushwhack in this thing as well. I guess he's got to hold back.
I mean, Doppels on cooldown. They could easily do some stuff, but the lane is pushing in.
He has been managing to get some CS. Amidst still the chaos here, Overkill. 9 and 4. Definitely feels that is going to fall off. This lane continues as.
It's more for fun.
You get
Yes,
nothing.
sir, right?
It's still nice.
PL 9 CS, he's kind of he's hitting some creeps, but this is gonna fall off as the lane gets pushed in. There's no, SMM wasn't in time to pull the small camp. So far, KZ, big win in the top lane, massive win. Drow doing, we got 13 for 6 on the Drow, about to hit 14. Death Prophet only 5 CS. True Protector, of course, one of the best lane securers in the game. Just giving Milky a really up. Ricky doesn't really help out that much at all. I guess that's the thing, right? I never really mentioned it in draft, but Ricky Mirana, they're not heroes, especially when Mirana is 5, Ricky is 4. They're not heroes that go to lane and say, I am winning you. They need their cores to assist them. And Blink have then heroes that also kind of need assistance to play the lane. So it's like, PL needs help. PL doesn't win lanes, he just farms lanes. DP can win lanes with the correct heroes. So yeah, I think that this is where the confusion Blink's kind of draft came in, because normally in the draft you have aspects of having presence in lane. So they've kind of picked very idle lanes that if KZ punish, Blink have issues. Blink don't really have opportunity to punish. I think now that I can kind of see the lanes progress, that's kind of where my kind of subconscious fear was occurring for Blink's lineup, and it's kind of come into reality a little bit now. I think the mid lane is the main lane that we have to focus. This is going to be the kind of disrupting factor for either team. GTI can just open up the game like he did on that Batrider. Wasn't able to get the win, but he still opened up the game for half. Do the same for Blink.
Like the dogs you are.
Sneaky giving his enemy a bit of advice there, telling SMN not to bite that tree, because obviously he wants to bushwhack him. Which is we'll see what happens there if SMN doesn't, or maybe it's just a bait. You know, he doesn't want to throw the bushwhack here. He's going to do another one. Either way, SMN looks to be pretty dead. Should be pretty dead. There's no, yeah. I mean, Tide's going to be around with a mango and a gush. SMN is looking pretty dead again, T.
Oh, let's see if he eats the tree.
It's probably best that he doesn't eat the tree, so he's just going to waste the regen.
Heroes are the ones who wait
Oh!
No acorn shot.
Okay, no bounces.
Actually live.
Okay, no, he's going to be fine. He's not dead. He's not dead. He has got a sound.
I love how Sneaky reacted to that though. It's like with the pause, it gives SMN time to eat the tree, and SMN's like, "Am I going to eat the tree? Am I not?" Oh, like there's actually a lot of pause mind games there.
Thank you. Fly over, steal that bounty room. That's going to try and make some pulls. Just landing a bit of a better spot. Yes. Not really. It has slowed down now a bit for overkill. Definitely having one of the tougher times out the lane. Him and Anku. Time CS against the DP down bottom. Bottom CS right now at the core.
Denied.
I usually like this to myself, but I'll make an exception.
Poor SMN.
Just. Might be easy. One leap left. Get behind the tower and go for them. They've got mangoes if they want to try, but. Yeah, there we go. The last leap. Now run him down.
Gonna be in range. Click him. Yeah,
I got him.
Say hello
That's
to
another
my
kill,
little
another
thing.
death, unfortunately, here. Deaths in this top lane. It's not been fun.
Just look at the CS though. That's gonna be maybe the saving grace. Baha 30 for 3, Tusk 21 for 3. Baha is gonna have. They're actually very even on.
What sort of
With
prize?
the death to top laners, and then TP's mid refills the bottle. Blink really hoping Baha can enter the game soon, because these side lanes just aren't going as well as they hoped on Blink. Again, I don't think anyone expected Blink to be winning the side lanes. Really good stuff from KZ so far.
Like, sort of one more level on these two, and then suddenly you can't stay in the lane. And mid lane, with that lead, Baha was able to get the kill on GTI. The 1v1.
like I was watching top. It's the sneaky versus SMN show, basically. Does he hit bushwhacks? Does he catch him? Does he annoy him? That's actually dies mid. We didn't really catch that, but I don't know if you caught it.
No, we didn't. Yeah. I think as soon as Baha hit the 6, he
Yeah.
just went for it. The sort of full mana. Did you know one of the pluses of SMN dying on the top lane did mean that you got the bottle refill mid?
Exactly.
That worked. Go for Wesson here.
Oh,
But the smoke cloud will be enough to stop him. With it, it's obviously getting the kill. Goes back to base against mana up. Do you think Baha will look to one of these side lanes? Yeah, he wants to try and get the gank on the out bottom.
yeah. This is the time where he needs to turn up the pace of this game. He needs to set the momentum, get the kills. The level for 7 voice for it. Again, like he can jump in. What's gonna kill him? They're gonna have to either bushwhack him, punch him, ravage him. Like these spells aren't the spell. That's hard to hit on an elusive voice spirit. So Baha, he needs to play with that confidence. He needs to give himself more entry. And see GTI. Voice spirit goes bottom. He knows he can go top. TP's on cooldown, so he walks to top lane. Has a haste rune. He's gonna be able to maybe punish top, even then maybe TP bottom or make more plays. Yeah, GTI trying to mirror this voice spirit. Get the aggression going. Poor SMN is the target once more.
He just can't catch a break.
Oh, Sneaky just yoinks it.
Usually
I mean,
kill
it's
my
a
victims.
killing spree here. 3-0-1.
Offers up a high five as an apology.
Should look to the middle tower.
I think Overkill is going to be pretty pleased with the fact that S-Man has been tanking up most of the damage. With how bad the start of the lane went, the fact that he's ended it with 29 CS, hits level 6, higher level than Tide, like this could have been more worse for this PL. So I think KG maybe focusing a little bit too much on this Mirana. They have more regen and yeah, feeding more time.
Radiant should look to
He's
the
about to hit 6. One more creep and he's going to have 6, Mr. Luck.
killing spree.
Might just be able to get a kill hit. Level 6 with one more
Seen
creep.
someone bleed out.
As SMN dead once more. That's the level 6. That'll do it. It has got Ravage available. Of course, elsewhere on the map. As indeed where the gank was made. See them try and find GTI as well. It's a snowball off. And look who's here. Sneaky with the bushwhack. It's not enough damage available. And they kill off Baha. They're going to be able to chase Wesson out as well. A Sneaky making the moves. 4-0-3. Here just 8 minutes and 45 seconds in.
Hey, you know, Baha, he tries to go for the resonant pulse, but doesn't really. The snowball is back off cooldown. GTI gets the kills mid, comes bottom, forces the DP away. Of course, EXO was running out, but yeah, I like the fact that KG able to respond, able to turn around the fight. Because Blink, they were kind of setting themselves up to set the pace of the game, right? If they kill the Tusk there, they get the runes, they get a bit more map presence. That's when this voice spirit will start owning. So I think for KG, it's good to stem that bleeding quite early on.
And we'll get
just instantly just dead.
Yeah, another move from Baha. I mean, you know, he has to be the one that sort of rectifies some of his early lane situations.
Yeah.
And he is, you know, 4 kills. He's getting these early plays going. Mid didn't go quite as well with that play a minute ago, but outside of that, moves are being made. We'll see if he gets out of this, though. He will be able to dodge the bushwhack. She jumps in pretty aggressively. Ooh, he's not going to be able to get up. I mean,
He was so close.
I guess he went in because he felt that he maybe had a chance of stopping Sneaky from getting the sharp shot off, but he dies. And elsewhere, I mean, I feel like I don't need to look up already. S-Man just dies again. Mr. Luck able to get the kill. Does blow the Ravage for it. Poor S-Man, death, unfortunately, for him on the Mirana.
Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't look at the scoreboard, all right? Let's look at how many deaths he's had. Oh, no, you've opened the scoreboard.
That was no, I didn't. Our observer, which is me as well, I guess. Oh, no, S-Man!
AJ.
Well, let's see if Mr. Luck can run from this. That's quick attack. Yeah, he's got that early ring about, you know, he's doing all right. But they should find him. They do. He actually even gets broken there by the neutral, so no chance for him. They finally get that Tide out of the lane, and SMN will be happy to be involved in some positive act.
Yeah, 0-6 on 1. Comeback begins, but honestly, this is going surprisingly well for Blink. The fact that they kill off the Tide, but Overkill's been uncontested in the jungle. They've not really been able to shut him down. He didn't get shut down too much in lane. It's okay, he dies again.
Back to dying, unfortunately for him.
Yep, back to his... I mean, S-Man has played really well in game 1. Game 2 was a bit rough, but, you know, you're allowed to have some rough games. I mean, he probably should stop dying this much, though. Maybe just...
Still thinking there's backup. Control. Probably not enough to take him down this time, but still has to dissimulate. He'll be safe. They gotta watch out these moves from the Hoodwink. This Hoodwink's very strong with the start that he's had.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Easy. If they play together, they have an abundance of damage.
Against
You can see how much he's trying to push the limits. He's jumping him. He's getting caught by some of these stuns. He needs to be careful. There's only 2 or 3 spells that can actually kill him, and right now, really good job at like clipping those spells onto him. But yeah, he's going for the treads into Kaya. You know, we'll see where he goes if he wants to go more assassiny.
The Dire
Skills and stuff, but I'd like to see Blink try and utilize his Death Prophet a little bit more. They already used the scan out. They're well aware that KZO smoked up in the bottom area. Really good scan from Anku, but he's still posturing like there's all. Missing the shards.
Gonna come in with the TPs. Quick jump into the astral step. That should be dead. Tusk and maybe more. Sergeant's there. Anku chases out. You get the overgrowth. And he just before he ends up dying. So again, Blink as a team getting these good movements going with Bahar, and they should be able to take this tier 1 tower down.
Yeah, that was really got a scan that basically allowed everyone to be ready for the bait, right? They know the Tusk there. As soon as Tusk uses swivel, Anku used Tumbler Toy, disengages, quick TPs. Like the communication within the team was very much like, guys, if they even go on me, come. And then yeah, they did it. And once again, it's Bahar. We're mentioning Bahar so many times. He knows his role within the team. He knows he has to be the one making these plays. And sure, he's died 2 times, but he's still opening up the map that this PL that we've not had to mention, he's got a diffusal blade. He's completely free farming. When you think about the carry, PL will deal with Drow in the late game. The fact that his lineup, it's meant to be the lineup that groups up quite nicely around this time, but they've not been able to just because of the Bahar threat.
Western leading the way over towards the mid. Trying to do something around this, but Ravage is at the ready. Mac timing.
Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
I mean, which team is favoured in sort of the late game? Would you say when it comes to Drow and PL? It's always going to be the.
It's PL, yeah. There's scenarios where Drow can go for like this Axe plus Shard play with the Splinter Blast, and then you get the Frost Arrows, and stuff. But that's in a war where Drow would just A-click the entire time on PL, right? Yeah. But if you go just 1-for-1, toe-for-toe, it's like PL just buys Skadi, he buys Butterfly, Heart, and now it's like, what does Drow do? How do you disengage from that? You can buy Shadow Blade, you can buy Hurricane Pike, ways to just try and destroy yourself. But yeah, PL does incredibly well if he finds the farm, and yeah, like we've already said, has he really been able to muster the necessary aggressive moves? Because there easily could have been moments where Tusk and Wink smoke together, run into the enemy jungle, for a couple spells on PL, don't even have to kill him, just have to annoy him a bit. They've not been able to do that with Death Prophet and bot lane because of this constant have to defend the tower, have to stop losing the map. That's allowing PL just to do whatever he wants.
Mid. He's coming in. Oh no, he's not going to stick around.
Death's bounty.
For that kill at all. Yeah, just a little bit too tanky for him to take down on his own. Make the moves here, Sneaky and Mr. Luck. See if they can do anything. But proving to be very difficult to really close that gap on mid lane. Pressure on them, they're pinging top. They just can't really start that fight. The PL on mid. Western jumping in. good press from Milky leaves Bahar with no option to escape. So TP's come in, they take him down.
Instantly pinging the mid tower as well. It's like, guys, you're fine. This void spirit. We utilized our stars. Let's try and hit tower. 50 minutes. Ricky got the shard. Start sleeping up here and annoying them. Be very good against Titan.
Green hit. Yeah, I'll get that in the bottle for the next move. Very close to blink.
That's the thing about like Ricky. The reason why he's so prevalent. Tide Hunters, you know, Pangoliers, any of these initiating heroes, all Ricky needs to do is get one shot after sleeping for 3 seconds, then throw a smoke screen, jump on top of a blink. Like, there's so many small things you can do to delay initiation. Like, even if Ricky gets jumped and dies himself, that alone will cause like the blinks to be. Yeah, it really disrupts team fighting here with this Ricky. Just because of that shard. I've got trains quick, bit of move speed. A good pick for the starter play, but if KZ ever gets the items and they're grouping up, that's when they'll be able to just cover each other via Lotus or dispel that sleeping. Again, blink. Utilizing Bahar beautifully. At some point, PL is going to leave the jungle with over 2k network lead on the ground. Help KZ. Here, look, double damage. Dying very quickly.
Yeah, not a chance. So surround from Anku. Send that kill into a tower as well. Gold lead. They're going to need to see some action coming out from KZ soon. Only going to get worse as time passes.
You mentioned it in the draft, right? The boys spirit versus us, the idea of how they mirror each other. This is the type of game where it's like, if G performs well on his hero, he could be doing what Bahar's doing. And if he's doing that, he shuts down Bahar, open up the rest of the team. So unfortunately, just in the 1-for-1 GTI versus Bahar is in the lead. So look at the CS, it's 121, or even just net worth, actually 8.5k to boy spirit to a 6k of tough. Oh, there's small things that are really building repercussions. And sure, they get a nice little free pick off on Ricky. If they get more, potentially they can go Roshan. Easily complete on Void Spirit. That guy just wants to kill.
Have the full 5 of them here still, KZ team. They find a chance to still get something more than just a Ricky support kill. Look like it. Oh, they get SMN though. Catch him with the pushback out the side. They will. SMN goes down again, but now the further TP's coming from Blink. They're going to try and turn. Silence out and Cloud down. Akudo. Offering with the damage from the Shroud. Threatening into him. The Ravage is there, and that's going to allow him to clean him up as well. Maybe not respecting the potential of the Ravage and just feeling a bit overconfident sticking around in that fight, Blink.
Yeah, man, it starts with the Gust, the Overgrowth, perfectly setting up for a beautiful Ravage. Yeah, I mean, they're playing in their vision. They got the A-clip, Stroud just completely uncontested. Mentioned the fact that PL's got all this farm, but he's not really in the fight. So it was like a 4 or 5k lead, but the fact that what's the PL 10k? Honestly, it's like a 10k network into KD right now. Just because how non-existent PL is in any of these fights. He's got to do something soon.
As a team, move up towards the top half, try and get this tier 2, maybe be able to open this bit of the map, push PL out of this area that Overkill has felt very safe in for the last 20 minutes.
If you blink right now, you feel like, guys, there's no Ravage. Let's just go fight. Let's just do something. As soon as we just double jump this draw with PL, Void Spirit, or even just Ricky plus Void Spirit, like, we're gonna be able to hit them off. Peace! Overkill, he's kind of poking his head. He's like, he's got his feet wet in the river for the first time in the game. It's just, you can actually get across it. The farming patterns doesn't look like
So top, Exorcism's going to come out for this fight. Sneaky though. Okay, it does die. He gets saved by the living armor. Mr. Lux TP put to a stop. There should be another fight. Blink will be back to cleaning up. in their favor. They get the 3 of them.
It should be Roshan. You know, the Excellent's still halfway through. Couple of toys into it. Overkill's like, guys, can I join now? Is this fight over? And there he is. That's a little bit of PvE still from Overkill. But I guess this is working out for them. He's one component deep into Heart. You can argue it's 2 if you can't do the rest of it. They're also finding kills on the bot side of the fight. Tree tries to see what gets hit by the sleeping dart. Beautiful setup for the arrow. Blink taking over this game. The Elves had to do literally nothing. They're winning it as 4v5. Another pause.
Definitely the dream situation for a PL. And so, yeah, you're going to feel nice for him considering, you know, how much of a rough game he had in game 2 Overkill on the Morph. This time a very different passive experience without any dying.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I feel bad for KZ at least because they hit this beautiful timing mid. They get all these kills, but they're unable to just convert it straight into Roshan. I can't really remember the economy that they had it after that fight, but have like the tag team or Eid or even a Gush, like there's ways for you to kill it off, and I'd argue that's the fight where you need to maybe look at it, take it away from it, then farm up, because again, we mentioned how PL will always Drow. Drow needs a little bit more of an advantage, and the disparity of net worth is going to hint. KZ need to make perfect team calls now. If they ever waste a Ravage or an Overgrowth, that's when the Void Spirits, the PLs, they just run wild in the fight. So, I honestly didn't expect Link to do so well in the wins. So well around Void Spirit, but kind of in the story of these close qualifiers, doing a little bit better, over-rotating, overperforming a little bit. In this scenario, it's PL and Bahar. These two players have just kind of popped off in game 3 at least.
Into play for you. And it up, no more mistakes. Winner of this goes forward, and we'll have to play the winner of the other series that we have today, up to this series. Jasper versus Abu?
Yeah, right.
So we'll go head to head. Of that, we'll have to play against the loser of the first series that we played tomorrow, which is Old G is Urudu Thunder's right too.
My path leads to riches.
Yeah. The underdog story starts here. We might get to be talking about them in Division 2.
Could happen. Could happen. Very, very, very interesting to watch. Division 2. I think it feels like, you know, we've had some. There's definitely some players that I think will be able to turn up. They make it to the Division 2 and stand out against the teams that are already waiting there.
More fun this way.
The Roche on Blink, it makes it. You know, how do you make a move into this if you're KZ? DL, Aegis, full half in a matter of minutes. It's going to be so hard for them to pick and choose fights into them.
I feel like any game that you play against PL, it's always oh, what? You've got the heart already? So unless you have multiple forms of single target lockdown plus damage, it always feels a little bit bad. And for Case, so they still have ways to play into it, right? They've got like that quick blink Ravage into then the Bushwhack into the Sharpshooter plus Drow. Like they have ways to kill them. It's just, are they doing that in the correct time where Voice isn't destroying them? Or Death Prophet isn't cutting through their backline? So yeah, this game has got very difficult for KZ there. They never really got their nice little bundle of aggression online in Blink. With one of the weirder drafts, just playing it beautifully. Running in and out of the fight skirmish.
So yeah, Overkill. More than ready to charge at them. Pushing back KZ team, giving the space for Anku to beat into the tower with the Exorcist. Tier 1. Drop. KZ Maybe with Mr. Luck if he can get him for a Ravage, but Weston's got his eye on him. He'll be there into the smoke screen. Managed to step out, does get the Ravage off. I mean, hits the forward, but there's no follow-up. As that, even with the multi-shot, it's not quite bringing any of the heroes low enough. It's going to be 2 heroes dead on KZ team. Ravage down. And Blink, they can keep the aggression up.
SMN doesn't want to die anymore.
Oh. He does that to this.
Did I just spoke too soon?
That was close, but indeed, this time round he's living. Getting out of there, but 8k lead now here for Blink. Things get very crazy.
Baha has got the Axe now complete. You've got BKB on Death Prophet. All of the heroes in Blink just getting infinite tankier. I think Weston might even be looking for... I mean, he's got this Perseverance, right? All right, is it a Lotus Orb? Or where do you think we're going?
Yeah, I would just be the Lotus.
Is it not going to be a hammer?
I thought you were going to say Battlefield. Actually, you're right. No, yeah, hammer, sure. I don't know. He's got the 1500. That's looking like a plate now. 1400 there. Yeah, he's getting the Lotus for his ball.
Like, this is the type of game where you can throw it, Weston, if you want, boss. You can go for that. No, don't do that. Get the Lotus Orb. I mean, Lotus Orb against Trent's going to be amazing. Against Gush, it's going to be great. Get rid of the silence. Yeah, it's just going to be a really good. I don't think it's really compelled to further. Oh well, Ricky is dying, but Overkill is here.
He's only now Overkill, so can't push it too much. Does force pretty much the whole team to head over though from KZ. That's how's Baha doing on his next time. Very close to level 18.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tanky. Like, they've overcome all the weaknesses of their lineup because they've just done so well. They now have all the items that they need, right? It's like, Blink doesn't care if they don't have team fight. They just have like such aggressive posturing with their heroes that they don't need stuns or anything. They can just exist. The enemies will die, right? Like, even in a Ravage, how do you kill off this 3100 HP PL in a Ravage? Like, even if you do, how do you link it off the 2k HP EXO DP? Sure, then you kill both. There's so many layers to Blink's aggression now. At 26 minutes, they have an ungodly amount of pace, farm, and ability to do whatever they want. Unfortunately for GT, I know if the replicate game people past like 8k net worth, the tree protect is 1500 away, so close to it. Like, tree could actually overtake him if he was to play the side lanes a little bit more. Maybe if the GTI had like, say, Desolator, Blink, BKB, and pivoting for some more like aggressive items, that could be an option. But again, he just doesn't have the economy to pace that Blink setting. Feels more and more as time goes on that it's going to be Drow versus the world in a game that Drow doesn't really want to be versus the world.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Top lane.
Setting up top lane.
He's got his eyes on them. There we go, set him on a milk. It will be able to force out to the side. Then the backup coming in. It's going to be a dead Ricky. We'll manage to get the kill. Blink. Ready to jump in with Baha. He's actually managed to get the catch with that remnant on the trees, grabbing the tree and so with the overgrowth though, and it's actually going to be Baha dying for that attempt. Yeah, you see, they're kind of making this work. They've found two of them.
It's working perfectly.
Anku's going to put the BKB. He has to step back and run.
They haven't even had to use Ravage. They're just kind of existed. They just held each other's hands.
Yeah.
8-click down lanes. Milky's not really gone on. Overkill's too scared to go into the fight, and yeah, KZ just winning it. I think Blink just really respecting Baha's contribution to the engagement, and when he goes down, they're just a bit more skeptical to go in. So
Off to the side.
just riding this wave right now.
They're going to catch SMN. They get another. Illusions bringing GTI down pretty low. Weston jumps into Sleep Dart. That's going to be a buyback from SMN. Blink as a team, they really want to try and fight this. Overkill puts in over towards the tree. pushing back. There's the jump. Mr. Luck in with a Ravage. Onto the tree of them. Punch into the snow, but they're locking down Overkill. Be able to put the man to back up. We'll be okay this time. He's over towards Mr. Luck. Mr. Luck goes for the TP out. Sleeping Dart into Remnant. Will put a stop to his escape. End of it all, Blink still able to clean up and push back KZ. We saw, you know, the PL, of course, still very, very difficult to kill, even if they catch him in the Ravage, the whatever they have. The damage for taking down his heart PL at this stage isn't quite there.
Kind of feel like if Drow had like one more item, these fights could be a little bit different. Once he's been trying to set up what Ricky does, if you're farming out by yourself, he will enable SMN or Overkill to come in and follow up with the damage needed. I think we saw kind of glimpses into Blink's thought process at least, where it's like, if they overextend Bahar dies, be it from a clutch gust or an overgrowth, like if you look at Void Spirit's itemization, how does he live, right? He is over a day gone in his straight fire. Like, if he ever gets hit by one of the few spells KZ have to lock him, he's gone. He's dead. It happens. Even if well, they'll be afraid to commit because they don't have that extra little something to jump from the ground. So yeah, I think Bahar, he's had a great game so far, but itemization, if he ever does make a mistake, flat into KZ, it'll get a bit scary. Like, it's 10k lead, but Blink's style, they're on doing. We'll have to wait and see, but getting interesting again. Game 3 loser is out of Division 2 qualifiers. Will not be able to get there. We'll have to wait until, you know, late February, March to try and qualify again.
Bahar with the chase. He eyes him with the jump. Got the punch, the sharpshooter, bringing him low, but he'll manage to walk it off. Now Anku, he's just diving in with the exorcism, chasing down. And the illusions around here from Overkill. GTI's gone. And in fact, Overkill, he was tempted there. He's going up into the high ground. Get pushed back by the gun. Back to the tower they go. They'll make sure they don't get too aggressive, don't dive too much here, Blink. Settle for the tier 2 tower.
Bit of struggle for GTI, dying time and time again. And look, Roshan ready for a buyback from top. No, he's economy.
It's going down even more on him.
Okay, he's gonna get it. That's literally nothing. They know he doesn't have to give me. They just fall back. They can take a chill, wait for Exorcism to be back up, and yeah, GTI will not be having fun here. I mean, he had to buy back in fairness. He needed to try and get them out of the pit, but yeah, look at Blink. They're hungry for a fight. Even without Exo.
Starts it.
Shard on DP.
GTI is going to get jumped. The Ravage will come. A bit of safety. It's going to get pushed back by the field on the side, but gets into the snowball just in time, and focus, but BKB works. He's able to move.
Oh, Milky.
He'll live. As it's looking like a dead Drow, surrounded by the PL. Drow's out of the fight. Jump back into the river. They can look to play around Mr. Luck. He'll go. See, oh, there is the jumps back up. He's put to sleep. Overkill moves over as Blink will slowly, surely be able to take a third kill from this fight. Don't lose anything themselves, just continuing to push this lead further and further. 16k advantage. Bahar was able to chase out Sneaky, pick up a 4. As it really does seem that KZ, they're running out of options.
Saving grace. If you look at Tusk, he bought back, but during his team dying, so he's gonna have BKB for the high ground. Flip side, PL just picked the Skadi, and Void Spirit got Dagon. Gonna give it a try. Oh, yeah, I mean, Roshan. You see Void Spirit play. Really go in. Actually, he's made sure. Dagon. But he's really wanting to get into the middle of it. Challenge. Roshan.
Yeah, some good play. Now popping off like we saw in the other day against old G. Can have these games where it's very good from the mid.
score doesn't even look like he's had some insane game, but just the small things he's done just to unlock the rest of his team this is kind of what you want from the mid lane, especially when you're drafting like this on something like their drafts are a little bit weird. They don't look great, but when you have this play control, you find farm through your own aggression and positioning. That's how you can maybe trade out like security in the lineup, maybe standard offlane, for example, to then give yourself more entry. That really play like their draft, if that makes sense.
See if they can pull together a base defense. Mr. Look will have Ravage up in 15. Ghosts already out here from Anku. Tier 3 starting to fall, diving into the base, and they're looking to burst through. You get. They'll do so. Has the tree out. He'll pop back straight away. Wesson holding back GTI with the steep dart. GTI pops the BKB, is turning towards Bahar. The rat isn't there quite. Bahar's at the Anku. Diving the tier BKB. There's KZ and just pull it back to the fountain. Try and step back out, see if they can get anything here. Punish Blink for the dive. It doesn't look like they can. Overkill will turn his attention back towards the tier 3. Roger the gust. No Rex to fall as of yet. And the drop back in. Under the tier 4 they go once more. Bahar, he's in and he's out. Some with a bit of damage. Still though, KZ team have enough sustain to survive through that attempt. But they are just getting held back from the barracks. Blink will take this full set at the top. Open the exit. PL, Manta's out. Ganger as well, of course, even though they've taken down the ones, he's still got his Aegis for 3 minutes. And they can't even do so. He only gets brought down to about a third of his HP. He'll be fine. The racks are gone on the top. Blink keeping the pressure up. They swing straight over towards the mid. KZ, they've lost. You get a second time in this fight. They're ready now. They've got it now. Milky, the saves there with the snowball. Try and get Milky away, but Blink just relentlessly pushing them back, getting all the space in the world to continue to just take their base from right in front of the Mr. Luck, stepping up. Of course, with the Ravage already expended this fight, limited potential on starting any sort of a defense as another melee Rax is gone. The melee Rax are going to go as well. GTI tries to get in with some sort of kickback play, but it's not happening. As underneath the tier 4s, Milky goes down. Same for Sneaky. Buyback. Just stop. Blink just from lane to lane to lane. They're cleaning up the whole base.
I mean, how do you stop this PL? He's got Stardy, he's got the Aegis. Like, even if they kill him, they can't kill him again. Bahar is in and out, non-stop. They'll snap an A-click and fight every single Rax.
There we go. With GTI out of the game, no buyback on him. Same to be set for Milky. The Gs are going to be coming out. GG is called. Blink will secure this best of 3 with this game 3 victory, and they will be moving on in the closed qualifiers. Unfortunately for KZ team, they had a great showing in game 2, but game 1 and now this game 3, Blink just proving to be the better squad. This will be the end of the road here in this